Hey, another video. This one is about my trip out to the Rockies with my two Pentax cameras. I've been planning this trip for a while and I just decided to go ahead and do it. So the cameras I brought are the K-1 Mark II for my landscapes and K-3 Mark III. Now everybody's calling this camera the Katie now, so I kind of like that. So I'm going to refer to the K-3 Mark III in this video as Katie. So anyway, I had everything packed and ready to go, so I got up early. I'm in Tennessee, so it's a long drive, and it was just me. It was a solo photography trip. And I knew it was going to be a great trip as soon as I left the house. Not even a mile from my house, I had Katie in the passenger seat with me in case I saw anything. Like a mile from my house, all of a sudden a big bird flies in front of the car, and it's dark outside, of course. So I grabbed my camera and I was like, I'd stop, and I was like, yep, that's exactly what I thought it was. It was this owl, and it just perched in a tree like right there next to the road. So all I did is, click click, got a couple of clicks of it. Look how awesome this turned out. This is ISO 12,800 JPEG, straight out of camera, no editing. And I didn't even crop in. That's how close this bird was. So the shot turned out really good, as you can see there. But I knew from that point on it was going to be a great trip. So I'm not going to bore you with me driving through Arkansas, Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, and then anyway, I finally got in Colorado. Beautiful. As soon as you hit Colorado, the scene changes and everything looks amazing. So I got there before check-in. I was planning on camping, but somebody gave me, when I was doing the planning, somebody gave me some advice to stay in Estes Park instead of camping, because it's right there next to the entrance to the park, and you could get a nice meal and a comfortable bed. And I was staying during the week, right before Memorial Day, so most of the campgrounds don't open for tents until after Memorial Day. The ones that were actually open, they cost just as much as a hotel, since I was staying during the week. So I went ahead and took that advice, and I was glad I did. Estes Park is pretty cool. There's elk walking through the little town there. It's kind of like Gatlinburg, a little smaller, but I like it a lot better, maybe because I've been to Gatlinburg so many times. But anyway, yeah, so I got there before check-in, so I just went ahead and went into the park. The price to go in the park, Smoky Mountains are free, so I wasn't used to paying to get into a park, but to get into the park, it is $25 a day per car, or $35 for 7 days. So I just went ahead and did the 7 days, which isn't too bad, considering how beautiful the park is. It's amazing. So I went straight in, went up to Bear Lake, is one of the first places I went, and just drove up there, and it was pretty busy. But I walked around the lake. As you can see here, the lake is still frozen over, so I got some shots with a K-1. And then I had Katie with me, so I was shooting just the mountaintops here. So you can use your telephoto zoom, and get some nice landscape-esque shots and get those nice peaks of the mountain, and turn into some really good photos, as you can see there. And these photos here are edited. The rest that you'll see are edited slightly, just some highlights turned down, and some shadows pulled up, just some basic edits, nothing huge or anything like that. So I did that hike. It was really great, had a good time. Then there was a falls, I can't remember the name of the falls, but it was a little hike that was another mile. And this is the setup actually I used when I was doing these like 1 mile hikes and stuff. That anything under 2 miles, I did plenty of hikes. I just had this setup. I was just had 2 cameras with me. Well, I'd have my Osmo action cam on me as well, but that's what I did. I didn't bring a backpack or anything like that, since it was such a short of a hike. And I bring Katie with the 55 to 300, which was pretty much locked on this camera. This lens is awesome. And then The K1, I had this 24 millimeter FA star lens, f2. I used it for a little bit, and then after that I said I need something, since I didn't have my backpack with me, I need something more of a zoom, I guess. So I put the Tamron 28 to 75 f2.8 on there. And I use that most of the rest of the time, changing out occasionally. But that's my setup. It works really well because you're ready to shoot. You don't have to go digging in your bag, and you're just ready to shoot. So a lot of fun. I brought a tripod and I didn't even use it. So when it's sunny like it was been, I just use the level here in the camera, and the shots turned out very well. So I did go on a longer hike, the Lock. It was like 6 miles round trip. I'll cover that now. Fantastic. Walking through the snow and such. It was middle of May, and it's like 60, 65 degrees, and of course I was wearing shorts and stuff like I normally do. Didn't get cold at all. A lot of people were wearing, jackets and all this stuff, and they started peeling off layers really quick because the sun was shining. And anyway, the Lock hike is pretty tough. I mean, it's not too bad until you get to the last 500 yards, and it's just like straight up, kind of like you're going up a ski slope almost. So on the sides, if you got close to the left or the right there, you could hear water under the snow, like there was a river. And I was like, okay, I need to get more towards the middle. Don't want to fall through this snow and into this river pretty much flowing underneath. But anyway, really rough getting up there. And then it opened up, and you got the shot of the Lock here. I'll show a few shots here, and yeah, just amazing. If you've never been to the Rocky Mountains, you definitely need to go. It's a wonderful experience I had. Definitely going to try to get back sometime, but it's a long drive for me. Probably fly next time, but I do recommend doing a long road trip like that. It's really nice. Now I'll talk about the experience with these two cameras. I just kind of showed a bunch of different ones and didn't say which is which, but they both performed excellent, as you know by those pictures there. But I did find, when I was thinking about looking at the images of the Katie with this 55 to 300, it made me think, the images turned out so solid, and just all the detail was just right there. Do I really need the K-1 Mark II? It was funny, I was thinking that, and then when I got back, I watched Photo Universe. If you've watched this channel, Ed, he said the same thing. He went on a vacation around the same time he went to the Sawtooth Mountains, and he was saying the same thing. He was rethinking the K1. But let me just remind you about the K1. It's with a full frame, you're going to get shallower depth of field. So if you have like an f2 lens on here and you're wanting that shallow depth of field, you're going to get that a lot more with the full frame than you are with this. And also, I did do a test with the K1 Mark II against the K3. ISO performance, and the K1 did outperform it for my test at least. So just something to think about. But I think this K3 Mark III is, I would say, it is the best crop sensor landscapes camera out there. I would like to see one that performs as good as this does. All the details, everything was just there. It was really cool. I thought that I'd be, shooting this more often, but when I started seeing the images on the back, I was like, man, these are really nice. And plus, I like taking those shots of those peaks and stuff because they were turning out, they're far away and they're turning out so crisp with this lens. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. You can leave a comment below if you want. If you have any questions about anything else about my Rockies experience or either of these cameras, yeah, just leave a comment below. Thanks for watching. I'll be doing a video coming up kind of talking a little bit more about the K3 and K1 experience, and a Pentax talk video that I'll be coming out with probably later this week. So make sure to see that. And I'll also be talking about in that video kind of the future of Pentax and maybe future cameras coming up. So anyway, thanks for watching. Go ahead and subscribe.